Hello, everybody. Oh, Lemur, thank you for the 14-month resub. What is up? If there's something you'd like me to play for you, let me know. Kiana, how have you been? You were here like the second the stream started. Dolce, Vol, Panic. Nice to see you. Anna, nice to see you as well. Hello. I remind you of Neil Young. I've heard that before. Is there a reason in particular? Can you articulate perhaps why? What about me? Thank you, Keanu. The stream might have to be short today. It should be. It'd be beneficial if it was shorter. You were just listening to Neil Young and he plays guitar. Okay, good. I mean, that is... We do both play guitar. That is true. I have a bunch of work to do for tomorrow. I streamed and played way too long yesterday. Not an efficient use of my time musically, unfortunately. My hands were like dead after that, and I don't want to injure myself. So. I can. The stuff I play by Brouwer is not... doesn't really give a good example of him as a composer. He's very interesting in that his music... It could be described as atonal, but I don't like that word for it, because it certainly takes tonality into place. Into consideration. It's just not necessarily like very strictly in one key. Like it doesn't just go and use 7 notes. It's not what we'd call diatonic. So, Un Dia de Noviembre is the piece of his that I play the most. Basically doesn't sound like Brouwer at all. That's the opposite. That's just, it's in A minor. It's just so clearly in A minor. I could do this. Let's see. Which language do I have it under? Estudios? Yep. Okay, Estudios Sencillos. So these are simple studies. So let me tune first, and I'll play through. I did the first 10. I don't know if I can sort of still play that. I haven't looked at them in a while, except for number 6, which I played yesterday. Assume he has a large body of work. He does. I mean, relatively speaking, and he's definitely one of the biggest composers for the guitar, and he's a guitarist himself. I was thinking about learning one of his major works for my graduate stuff, but that's just it was just going to be too much. There's literally not enough time. It's already the program is over an hour long. But I can try to play through these. These are little snippets of something closer to what his music is like. Can they really, Lola? Interesting. Good Skierman afternoon. How are you doing? Vanguard, hello. I can maybe do a couple more. Again, besides the one I just did, this is all me reading this stuff. It's been so long. What's up, Lord of Chaos? And thanks for the claps. Dude, this stuff can get rockin'. Let me show you a bit of, this is the piece, this is part of the piece that I wanted to learn. It was just gonna be too much. I've played it on stream before, but it's so sick. So this is giving you a sense of part of it, but let's... See, there's a lot of these patterns. That was something... That was something we saw in the studies, too. I love that part. I spoke over it, but... So there's like these repeating things. I guess you could call them ostinatos in the bass. These repeating patterns in the bass, but then there's a melody above it. So it sounds like multiple things going on at once. I mean, there are multiple things going on at once, but I think you know what I mean. So if we start... So again, this goes on for a while, but I think that gives you an idea of Very much Brower sound. Now that you've heard that, this is a piece he also wrote. And this really just couldn't be any farther from that. The middle section, the B section, kind of has some of those elements, but not really. Not really. Listen to how tonal this is. Hello, Hendry. But yeah, so that's also Brower, but that's very atypical for him. Aram, hello. How are you doing today? It is very lovely. So I've heard him say before that he doesn't think melody is very important. And you can see it in most of his music. This one that's not the case. This is all about the melody. Studying so you lurk. All right, enjoy the lurking. Today should be a good day for lurking. It's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be pretty simple what I'm doing on stream. Relationship with, you mean for Un Día de Noviembre, right? Because this was written for a film. Torija by Torona. Toroba. Okay, I was just about to go. I was like, I don't even know Torona in the first. Okay, Toroba. Torija? I don't think so. It. That's me pulling down the brim of my hat. Ma'am. Ma'am. Now I have the other piece stuck in my head. Should I try to do some reading? Ooh. Why do I feel like remembering that I didn't like this very much? Let me see here. Gigue. Suite in D minor. We could try to read this, see how it goes. Do I need to tune down to D at all? No. All right, let's see how the reading's going today. You never know. You never know, it fluctuates wildly. Feeling so hot. That's very interesting, Blackberry. What's up? And hello, Dennis. How's it going? If you play more than the chorus for more than a feeling backwards, you get smells like Teen Spirit. Jeez, let me put this again. Oh, Japanese ladies before the Europeans wanted them to have white in their teeth, black in their teeth. I've seen that. It's very interesting because I would have thought that I've thought about this. I would have thought that there'd be some sort of that there are some universal standards of beauty. There are to a certain degree, or in certain senses. I would have thought that that one would have been that the whiter the better, because that's the closer to healthier teeth, or at least that if your teeth are black naturally, that's not good. Like rotted teeth are black. But I've seen that. I've seen images of that purpose that like deliberately blackened teeth, and it's like disgusting. It's crazy to think that there'd be people who'd be like, oh yeah, oh baby, look at those teeth. Look at those, I was gonna say pearly whites, but look at those tarry blacks. And you mentioned this came up right after I played this Beret. There's something about this Beret. It's incredibly charming. I'm gonna do it again. It's that's so charming. That is okay. Yeah. It's so just the that trill isn't written, but ornamentation's part of Baroque practice. Speaking in tongues is a cross-cultural phenomenon. Leads to have some cadence. Oh, leads to have the same cadence. I swear I can read. Vocalizing in tempo regardless of religious or language of origins. I feel like I could see that. This may sound crazy, but I feel like it may be similar. I'd be interested. Someone must have done this, right? Studied the art, or not the art, but the phenomena or something of the crazy face or the silly face. When someone tells you to make a silly picture, people I feel like tend to do basically the same thing. Now it usually doesn't make their face look all that silly. They stick their tongue out, they look up and diagonal in a direction, and they like move their jaw down like that. But like everyone seems to do the same thing. Maybe some scrunching of the cheeks, but it's like it's like all the same phase. Hello, Cheap Asian. How are you doing? Maybe I can try reading through some of the graduate recital rep. I really actually just need to work on this stuff, but we can do some reading. Break out the loot. I'll be starting with 2 Dallin pieces. This one I'm like obsessed with right now, but I need to actually work on it. So. Oh, first one. All right, okay. Can't flip into this. Vol, thank you for gifting 3 months of a sub to Cheap Asian. Original comic strip Popeye had a communist slant. Popeye was a hardworking everyman helping out the less fortunate. Interesting. I can try reading through this other fancy too. I'll give a little thing. So these fancies or fantasias often have imitative elements, and this one is incredibly heavy in terms of the imitation. So this opening line that you hear all on its own comes back immediately. But it keeps coming out throughout the piece. God, this is like the performance speed. Let me try. So that's only like maybe the third, I think that's the third time I've ever read through that, so. If anyone was curious, it's very difficult. Because I'm reading, the guitar is tuned differently than normal. So you have to make alterations in your mind. Your muscle memory has built up that this is an A, but it's actually a G sharp now. Actually, it's not a G sharp. It's all moved up a step too. It's actually an A sharp. But it looks like it's a G sharp. It looks like it's the third of E major because that's the shape here, but it's actually the major third of F sharp major. In a certain sense, it's transposing on the fly. It's not the typical sense of transposing, but it's like everything is shifted around. So you have to. It's almost weirder because you only are transposing something that falls along just this one string. It is. It's not simple. But I tried to make it work. There's something about this. I don't know what you guys think, but this part of this run, I love when Dallin does this. It sounds something like, it sounds like a pop song. So it goes. There's something about this. It makes me feel like I'm listening to early 2000s alt rock. Dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da dee dee da 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 dee, like just dee da 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 dee da da da. La da dee da dee da 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 da. It's difficult to explain why, but it just. The dog's gonna bark in about a minute, so let me switch to muted keyboard mode. I think we dodged the barking. It's interesting. I tend to not improvise in sharp keys on the piano, especially F sharp major, which is 6 sharps, which is fun. But it was just the key we left off in, so it was one random fact. Most people have an above average number of arms. I see what you did there. I see what you did. I mean, it does. So F sharp major does have a lot of. All these notes are in there. You also have E sharp. So your 5 chord is C sharp, E sharp, G sharp. It feels very different. I tend to, let's see, and then we get to D sharp minor. And Spam, what's up? That's right, we were in F sharp major. Thanks for peeking by if you're still here. Stop that. MapleStory is a video game. I've actually never played MapleStory. My younger brother used to play it all the time. The only reason I'm answering for spam is because I have a feeling they're not here. Because they said they were only peeking by and then had to go. I didn't want to leave you hanging. I could try something that people love, which is hacking through reading something. This is true sight reading. So Luigi Legnani was an Italian classical guitarist. So around the same time as Fernando Sor, Dionisio Aguado, these people that have played some of their music before, but they're Spanish, he's Italian. You know, Giuliani, Carulli, all these people, they're all like the classical guitarists, like literally the classical era. And he wrote some pieces, a bunch of which are these caprices. Some of them are highly virtuosic. But this one, I want to play some stuff. I want to put this in. Adam's like, dude, you gotta put some stuff in to take a break during the recital. It can't. It's like it's really heavy, and I was like, I know. I was like, I don't give a shit. But no, I get it. So I'm like, okay, we need some classical stuff too. What if we get some really nice, sweet classical things? And I think this eighth caprice might be nice. I've never actually looked at it. I heard it because I listened through all the caprices. I had never heard all of them. I had heard them over the years, but I had never heard this one until yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. But it's in an odd key for guitars. It's in E flat major, and this is interesting. It starts in first inversion. Do I actively practice improvising over different keys on the piano? Am I past that? No, I'm not past anything. You can, at this point, I'm no longer scared of the black keys. I used to be for a while. It was very scary. I can tell you what's helped though. One is just playing in those keys, just forcing yourself to use them. But another thing is, this is one of my, this will help with improvising, it'll help with theory, it'll help with playing in different keys, it'll help with everything. This one simple trick, music teachers do not want you to know. And that is doing this exercise. This is the one exercise you need to do. You don't need to do anything else, and you'll do this, and in 3 minutes you'll become a master. All right. And I'll get to the Caprice Etude thing for a second. Okay. One of the things was practicing going through this and seeing how many different ways I can harmonize one note. One note in the top, and then how many different things I can harmonize with one bass note. So when you think C, you think C major. Most people. This helped. It wasn't the only thing, but this helped take me from C goes with C major, A minor, and F major. Okay, so this is like thinking in terms of triads. That has it. So just look for green. That has green in it. Doesn't. Oh, that has green in it. Doesn't. Oh, that has green in it. That doesn't. And we're back to here. So it's like 3 chords I used to associate with this pitch. But what about this? So this is D flat major 7 in invert. You could even add this in, like. This one's maybe sort of normal. D minor 7. E minor 6. Now this is gonna sound like a different chord. This is just gonna sound like C half diminished, because in this sense it is. These 2 chords are the same. A minor 6 chord and a half diminished chord are actually the same. It just like depends on their function. But actually the function tends to be similar too. You could have a B flat major chord with just, this is just the ninth and the bass. You could go, what's a, if we went like, and so going through this exercise, now this E flat major chord ends up being just C minor 7. But you could, A flat major with a C in the bass, you can make it A flat major 7. A flat major, the 6th. Or I guess at this point it'd be a 13th. So if we went like in a night. And so doing this sort of thing was like, it helped me connect. It helped connecting seemingly distant things, and that's part of it. So then I'm in F sharp, and I'm still now just thinking in a tonal way, but like, it just sort of helped see some patterns and linked some things together that wouldn't have been there in the first place, and it made these notes seem less scary. But then there is just doing stuff like I just did in that key. So an etude is just a study. In a simple sense, the difference is an etude is just a study. They can cross over and they can end up, I feel like you can turn a lot of things into a caprice. They can be, and anything could be a study. Like you could be like, because a study is not a form. It's just, that's like the intention of the piece. So you could have a study that's a waltz. You could have a study that's like a fugue. You could have a study that's a minuet. You could have a study that's a caprice. You could do whatever the hell you want. The caprices tend to be, well, they often tend to be virtuosic, depending on the, almost despite the despite which composer is writing it. Most people think of like the Paganini caprices. You had a lecture with Robert Frost? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's one of the most important things I've learned in my life is to accept all things, at least accept them not as being true or something, but accept all things into your brain, because you don't know when they'll be useful and when a connection between any two or more things will be able to be made. And so if you don't have that thing open in your brain, you'll never be able to make that potential connection. So these caprices, a lot of times, sometimes they don't have a form. Sometimes they take a very clear form, like, theme and variations for Paganini's 24th Caprice that everyone... I'm trying to think. This isn't here, so. So that's also a caprice. So caprice. Yeah, that's the one that yeah. So this is very different, but I will. I don't think I'll be able to really get at the capricious nature of it, because I'm literally just sight reading this. I don't even really know what it sounds like. I heard it once, but I marked down yesterday that I liked the way it sounded. Oh, yeah. And then it sort of starts here. And then does it really go? Oh, because it goes So speaking of capricious, all of a sudden it jumps to a G flat major chord out of nowhere. How do they want me? Oh, like this is probably better. And then it does this. Oh, it's even easier like this. So, yeah. Now, I heard this. I listened through all of them. This is, you guys want to see some serious technique, and then not just technique for the sake of technique, but technique mixed in with like very good use of technique. This is the last of the caprices of his. Oh, what's that? You don't want to? Okay, well, too bad. And again, this is just an example of like someone it's like basically nobody's heard of. Well, people in the guitar world have, but are you ready? Are you ready? Go. That's a good example of a caprice. All right. 20 years. Hopefully. I'd love to be able to play like that. Like that's difficult to explain sort of how insane that was. It's way beyond the fact that he played fast. The fast part is just sort of a given. Like the flow of those like musical gestures was it was wild. It makes you think of Flight of the Bumblebee. Yeah, it was very much like that before Flight of the Bumblebee too. So it's just like it was just kind of wild. Yeah. We'll have to do some so I'll do some of these caprices. Some of them are the pop sounds, meaning like in terms of popular or like things popping out, because I like things popping out. Isn't it popping chord? Yeah, that's okay. So that's what I was gonna say is like it's it's things are just coming out of nowhere, and it's like dazzling. It's not like fast is not dazzling. Fast is like this is not. That's very fast. There's nothing dazzling about this. You can kind of start to make it dazzling in some way, just this single line, like. You can start to but just like like yeah, that's just that type of popping, to use that is something that I always attach to Elliot Fisk's playing, is that none of what he plays is straight. He always makes things like pop out, and that was something Segovia did too, and I just directly steal that when it comes to I feel like that popping out thing works so well, particularly in the classical repertoire, again, like from the classical era. I wish that word didn't mean two things, but when we do this, when you go like It's instead of, because that's what the scale actually is. Instead of it's like, but the all right, Blackberry, thank you for hanging out and sharing with us as always. And so doing this stuff, and you have to be refined with it. It's not just like, do you play with good technique or do you play it's like, no, you play with character, but in order to do that and fully express it, you need to play, like, it's got to be executed really well. Which I can't do at the moment because I haven't practiced this in years. But that's an example of this sort of thing. And for me, classical music from the classical era without this type of thing is some of the most boring music I ever listened to. Oh man, classical music played straight, just like as written as the notes, is just like da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee. But it has to be like young. So but if you just play the notes, it's like, you're screwed. You're so screwed. You're so screwed. I feel like it's one of the, like, it's the, at least in the classical music world, it is going to be the music where you are the most screwed if you just play the notes. If you just play the notes of Bach, like, it'll give you something. That's, like, to me, the other extreme. If you even do that with, like, if you were to go, like... Or if you go like... I feel like that at least you're at least left with more than if you just play something from the classical era that straight. I don't know about virtuosic, but I feel like there's more in the notes. There's more like character in the notes, which is something you would expect. The reason I say that is because there was a huge push. Okay, so we go from like the Middle Ages, and like the music of the medieval era is very, so much of it, at least the formal sacred music, is very pure. The attempt is not to express any, it's not about emotion, it's not about human, it's not about humanity. It's about the divine. It's not meant to express the just all the good and the bad that is the human existence. It moves towards that over hundreds and hundreds of years, where in the Baroque era you essentially get it reaches its height, despite the fact that people think Baroque music is like, stiff and boring. It's kind of the opposite. But then the classical era, there's a pushback against it, of this returning to these ideals. It's the classical, given the term the classical era, because they're looking towards classical Greek ideals of form, symmetry. The music is described by the term absolute music. A lot of it, absolute meaning music for the sake of music. It's notes. It's this instrument, this form in this key. Piano, sonata, C major. It's just like no name. It's not. It's a set of notes. A set of notes arranged in this way for this instrument. And it's like, wow, that's pretty dry. Which that's the thing. So if you're looking at this thing which is just like pure music, again, like absolute music in this sense, and you don't put yourself in it, I feel like it's the one where you get the most screwed. You get the most screwed. It falls the flattest. Too many except what's up, Paul Guitar. The use of choral music to express religion is called mensural. Yeah, it literally means the words are in the music. The medieval extension in music is meant to be an extension of that. It's sad that the songs don't have titles. I mean, they don't. That's why I think you can just let them be what they are. And you can. It's like a clean palette where the performer can change things around and do what they want with it. But if you don't do anything with it, you're just playing the framework, like you're playing the palette, if that makes sense. Or almost like you're not playing but you're playing the outline, you're playing the framework. It's like you got to put it's like you've been given a fill in the colors thing. You've just been given like when you're a kid, or maybe like an adult, and you have a coloring book, and they give you all the outlines and stuff. It's as if you just replicated your version was just that over again. It's like, no, what happened to the color? You didn't put the color in it. We gave you the framework. Where's the color? No, but I thought this was the drawing in the book. It's like, yeah, that's the drawing in the book, but where's your drawing? What did you do with it? I just recreated it. It's like, don't recreate it. You just recreated a black and white image. The hell are you doing, dude? Yeah. Also, Paul Guitar, what's up? How are you doing? So I feel like you really have to put your own color into this stuff, or else it falls insanely flat. God, even this part, I'm just looking at this thing right here, and it goes. That's what's written. I did this. Speaking of etudes and caprices, I was very... Okay, these Carcassi studies. 25 melodious and progressive studies. Oh, thanks, Karkazi. Mateo. This 6th one. Or 7th. Sorry. Those are the notes. Okay, that last part I meant. Toriel, thank you for the sub. Oh, damn. 41 months. What's up, Toriel? How are you doing? Toriel. So you can go faster. Now this is going to be incredibly difficult to go faster without putting some stuff into it. But if we go like... So even just a boom, which button? That one's perfect as an example. Body up and do dum dum dum. Body up. Bum 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 bum. How does it actually go? What's on the menu today? Yeah, it's just same random stuff. But right now, yeah, turning specifically classical music into music from the classical era into something, into something. Because if you don't do something with it, it's not good. And yeah, you can hear the 3 layers, because if not, well, this whole thing is actually just one note at a time, almost the entire time. It's just like one note. It's like difficult to play. It's more difficult to play it like almost, to play it drier, to play it more literal is. There's things like that too. That's not even about character. That's just about looking at this. This is a 16th note. It should be like. But not really. This is a line on the top. This happens in a piece that I will be doing for my graduate recital, which I think is how would you put it? Symbolic in some way, because I've always wanted to learn this piece. Didn't feel like I was ready until somewhat recently. Now I feel like I'm way more than ready. There's no. So that's the Chaconne from Bach's second violin partita in D minor. And it has this arpeggio section. And so it does stuff like this. Oops. But what you can do is take any of the time something moves, so like right here, these 2 notes didn't move. It was D, F, D. So it's like just listen to these 2. So you can go like, you can accent the thing that is moving. So like. And so now the thing moving in is in the top. Instead of going. Exactly, Nad, yeah. It's like we don't need to hear the F so much, like. It's that. It's almost difficult to do. Again, if I go. Because that F and then the F sharp, that is on the strong beat. Like that's what you're supposed to do. But if instead you go. And this whole thing changes here so you can make it even heavier. This one I need to just figure something out. It could go like... So here, this moves, this stays the same. But so these aren't really ostinatos because it does change. It is just an arpeggio pattern. Like he literally gives you the first two beats. He writes that out, and then just literally the word arpeggio is above it, just telling you to just keep doing that pattern. One day, I'll play it soon enough. And then Vanguard saying, I don't know, isn't it also very difficult to play something 100% straight? Don't you always add at least a tiny bit, a little vibrato or moving, pressing, plucking harder so there's no escape? Yeah, it's very difficult to just like... It's different. It's different. It's difficult. Rodrigo, thank you for the raid. I'm hoping to play a piece by Joaquin Rodrigo. Kether, welcome in. Rodrigo, what's up? How was the stream? We're talking about interpreting music based on notation here, and that you need to do more than what's on the page. As Vanguard was saying, don't you kind of automatically do that? You do. And I think the key is to work on so many other things so that the expression you put into the music is so strong that the expression that you can't help doing, you try to strengthen that. As opposed to going, I need to be more musical, so I'm going to, as a verb, I'm going to more musical. I'm going to more musical this. Because once you do that, you start to force it. And then it feels as forced as a forced smile. But perhaps not as awkward. Probably not as awkward. A nice art stream. Nice. I will stuff. I'm in D, so why not? Vol, thank you for gifting a sub to Rodrigo. Yeah, those faces, those emotes are wild. Improv, yeah. I don't know what maybe it would just say improv or something. You can't split it down the middle. I need a lot of emotes. I have a lot of spaces for emotes too, so. Oh, hold on a second, this is terrible. Hello? Oh. About some video game music randomly. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Just figured I'd let everybody know. Hey, Fair, what's up? Thanks for the claps. Thanks for the claps. See, Legendary works perfectly. You can split it up into 3 emotes. Rodrigo, thank you again for the raid too. How about this? This is just, God, this is so like smack dab, like this is so much character of both the Renaissance and the Baroque periods. This aria and variations. Asamia, did I say hi earlier? I feel like I didn't. Okay, what am I doing? Why don't I just play it? what's up, Kato? Thanks for the claps. I wonder if it'll be... What if I try looking at this? This isn't something I'll do in my recital, but it's something I want to learn. Maybe I can do it slowly on stream. It's one of those where I feel like if I just do it slowly, I'll be able to learn it on stream. I was just gonna say, before I even read the message, I saw Big Bad Jeff subscribed. It has been a while. What's up? How are you doing? Thank you for the 7-month resub. Thank you, Jeff, of the Big Bad variety. Icy the Polar Bear, welcome back. How's it going? I love that move. Sorry, just to say that. Very happy, very belated. It's okay. Actually, it's not as, geez. For some reason, it feels like it's been far. It hasn't even been 2 weeks. I don't mean that sarcastically. It feels like it was forever ago. It was just less than a couple weeks ago. Kauto, thank you for the 38-month resub and the happy birthday to go along with it. Something is different. My hair is different. I need to cut my hair after the stream. It's so poofy. It's really puffy. Look at this. It's like really puffy. But no, I think the last time you were here, the stream setup was totally different. Well, not totally, but the lighting and everything was. And actually, the camera, some of the settings on the camera, some of the lighting and setting things, they go hand in hand. Hype train is close. A hype train is close. If anyone would like to help contribute to, especially because it's September. Ooh. Oh, geez, we have the tree too. The light. There's all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of stuff. Since yeah. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the 420 bits. I think that extends the time for a potential hype train. We need another person. It requires minimum of 3 people. And then the hype. So we had Jeff, Kauto. Is there a third? Will there be a third? As I hack. I was gonna say I love this move. So the piece is called Campanas del Alba. ¿Qué significa alba? I know campanas are those are bells, right? So it's bells of the something. It's alba. Maybe it's a place, yeah, because I don't know that word. These are clearly supposed to be those bells. Oh, maybe, I mean, it could just be, yeah, the bells of, that area. For sure. Because it starts out like the... flipping the pages slower. So, that was mainly reading. So I think if I just do it a bunch, this will be one where like it all like it all makes sense. This is like very straightforward. Like I wonder Okay, so yeah, that's the first part. How did the cadence go when it repeats? I'd have to look at that. But that was so that's without attempting to memorize it. This is from reading through it, so playing through it. So I think this feels like one of those pieces that'll end up being that way. That's like Capriccio Arabe, and God, so many other pieces that I've played on stream. I just learned it through playing through, and like as I'm playing through this stuff, I'm marking down things in my brain. Yeah, it was definitely Volstream, not mine. Not mine. I don't know anything about wine. You know what I Googled the other day? How long does wine last after being opened? Not as long as I thought it would last, to my dismay. I was kind of bummed out. There's some wine that went to waste, is basically what the... I heard 3 to 5 days. That's what the internet told me. Record, suck the air out. I didn't do that at all. I didn't do that at all. Did not. I don't even know how you do that. I feel like you'd need a special cork that has like a something to stop, with some sort of valve to stop. See, yeah, okay. It turns to vinegar. Yeah, that's what I heard. Apparently, I got 2 bottles of vinegar now. How long does vinegar last once you've opened it? All right. Mysterious barricades. Vinegar can last forever. All right, I got 2 bottles of vinegar I can drink after the stream. It's disgusting. This still... Whoa. Tasting fresh up to 15 days. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on a second. That's what I need. Sorry, the page couldn't be found. Uh-oh. I need one of those. Because I don't want to be drinking bottles of wine in just like a few days. I need them to last so I can, not be an alcoholic. Wine pump. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, so some pumps so you can get the air out. Yeah, because it was like, did I take the air out? No, that's impossible. Amazing deal. Then it must be amazing. I love like the images that are used. I love the images that are used for Amazon stuff. Hey, you should try this. You should. Oh, you like? Well, I don't understand the like emotion. I don't understand this interaction. Like, oh, you what? Oh, you. Yeah, you should try it. Oh, Jason. Oh, no, Amanda. No, try it. It's like, okay, no one would make these faces in this situation. It would just be like straight, like, here. Okay, like. Okay, never mind. And then when things are photoshopped in, where it's like clearly that same stock image is used for like a million different products, and it's like you're buying a metronome and it's just like just some generic photo, and then there's just like a metronome and it's like not photoshopped properly, so it looks like it's just kind of floating there. I get a strange satisfaction out of product images on Amazon. That's lies. That product didn't exist there. This is a lie. It's a lie. What else could we do? We haven't done in a while. I wonder if I go to one of these collection things. Actually, I should do it like this. Tags. Collection. God. Holy. We're just gonna do it again. This one would be cool to actually like practice to get those things down. Like it's not all that difficult. Very simple. This is an alternate version of this. Well, these are things I haven't played in a while. Remy, hello. What's up? Dude, my eyes. Or maybe I shouldn't read something. My contacts. Everything's getting blurry. Remy and Huma, how are you doing? Thank you for the little claps. The Moogle claps. Right? Is that a moo? Yeah. Maybe it's actually Mog. Ah, yeah, well. Italian Renaissance lute music. Except where is it? Oh man. Wait, can I just search? What the? Italian. What? Do I have to put in the whole word? What the fuck? Oh, wait. No, I don't think that matters. 1 second. Why is this? I'll search the title. Find. Stop. Why? Dude. Time out. Why isn't this? It's not frozen. It's all scores. What if I do that? Why can't I? I feel like such an old person. Why can't I? Just poking my iPad. I wonder if I have it under the word 6. I do. Not the number 6. God damn it. All right. tried to play over the dog barking. Jeez, dog bark and duet. I don't know how well guitar and bark go together. I don't know about all that. Not sure it'd be my favorite combination. Huma, thank you for the bits. You've given a little bit of support, a little bit at a time, but it adds up to being a lot. It adds up to, outside of Jay, who's just like way up there, you're actually the person, the second most, outside of him, you're the person who actually cheers the most. And it always comes in bits of like 100 essentially, so. It's just a little bit can go a long way. But thank you for now what's 400 bits, so thank you. This all depends on what your definition of that and this is. This and that are referring to the same thing. Well, ideally they're referring to the same thing. Depends on what your definition of this is, but maybe not your definition, but what this is referring to. I believe Huma's referring to the fact, the unfortunate thing is the fact that Huma's like, I only contribute a little bit and I'm the biggest contributor. That's unfortunate. And Kauto, I believe, is what Kauto's referring to is the support itself. That's fortunate that there's someone like Huma, which is true. And this is where life gets confusing. Kauto, thank you for the 200 bits. Oh, with another person's power, we can summon Captain Planet. Saludos desde Colombia. Bienvenidos, Diego Ruiz Música. Saludos desde los Estados Unidos. What if we can how do we get that? What's some hype music? What if I just go I've never played the Concierto de Aranjuez, so I'll just to 2 bits per hour. The value is very high. I think so too. I appreciate that, and it does not go unnoticed. I know a lot of the stuff I talk about and the things I can say on stream can seem very negative. In a certain sense they are, but it's yeah. Diego, thank you for the follow. Gracias. Let me play some music because Diego's come in here and I haven't even really played anything. Well, this I guess is sort of close to hype. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Oh my god, no way. I'm glad you guys are saying it, because if it comes from my mouth, you end up sounding like Invader V. And honestly, as much shit as she got for her thing a few years ago when she was like, it's just $5. and as much as I, made fun of it because it was just too easy to make fun of, and she was being a little ridiculous. She was sort of like, don't say hi to me unless you subscribe, but like $5 a month. It's like, I've used Huma's exact, what the heck is it? I've used an eyelash. I've used Huma's exact thing. It's like, people don't even blink at a $10 cover charge, and you could be like, well, the atmosphere and stuff of the bar, but it's like, I don't even blink. $10 for a couple hours, maybe something. It's like $5 for potentially 40 hours. Like, I mean, Vader V was kind of right. It's really not. It's really not that much. It's really not that much. Yeah, it's not. Now, $20 is $20. What did she say? That's the difference between a meal and what the hell is it? God, she spoke so poor. Like, she did not get her thoughts across well at all. Really, I knew what she was saying. You can get an entire meal for $20, like an entire, like, not even a small meal, like an entire meal. $5 isn't even that, like. Oh God. Hey, Kauto, thank you for the 500 bits. It's a quarter of a cake. Nice. See, it's the opposite of what you want to. I know you say you want to be like, you can get an entire meal for that, right? Is that what you mean? Like, because that's what people do with the coffee. That's the coffee exam, guys. For just the price of one coffee, just a coffee, you can keep a streamer alive. In the arms of the angel. Coffee. It's like Wi-Fi, but coffee. You want to say you can't even get a single meal for that. Oh, cause you're focusing on like what you would need to do. It's like, that's the only support. It's like, if that seems like a lot, I can't even get a meal with that. Where is this thing? Also, Hartman, I never said hey. You said good evening and good morning, good evening, good night. Speaking of things being ready, well, not things being ready, but I need to eat food. I need to, well, now that I'm thinking about it, God, I need to do way more things. I need to pick out some repertoire and email it to some people and also do this reading for this class for tomorrow, and then just do a whole bunch of practicing too, and all while not going to bed too late. Will I be successful? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Thingo, the university thing? Wait, what university thing? Oh, if this is what you mean, also I don't know what the exact grade was, but I passed. I did well enough on the history entrance exam that I don't have to take any extra history classes. Well, I don't have to take any history classes. So that's nice. I need to do the ending song. That thing? Yeah. As in the music theory classes? No, the theory one I wasn't that one I could not have been more confident in. I destroyed the theory exam. Like But yeah, the music history. All right, so let's do this because I have a bunch of work to do. It's been 3 hours anyway. Yeah. Thanks for the hearts and the claps. Hey, what's up, Amanda? All right. Let's find someone to raid. So I'll be back on Wednesday. It's my friend's birthday tomorrow, so I may be a little tired on Wednesday. Oh. What is this? Flight sketch, because you're going to Korea, right? I believe, right? Wow, there's a lot of people on that I haven't raided in a while. Jeez. Oh, jeez. But it's this person's... partner anniversary. Oh, geez, they're giving us a first Beijing. Okay. This is a cool setup. Beijing. So it should be an automatic raid call almost. And it was gonna be essentially, well, I'll do this. Like, the only difference is I was gonna add an extra party hat to this. So if it doesn't show up for you, it should be, like, this, it was gonna be the literal raid call. It's Emma's 3-year partner anniversary, so. Happy partner anniversary. Aw, thanks. Stupid joke. It can be tough, Kato, to catch the streams, and I'm trying with the... I'm trying to make things easily available to people. But yeah, the VODs are there, if that's true. I know it's not the same as live, but yeah, thank you. You're very welcome, Fair. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support. I'll be back Wednesday. I hope to see you then. In the meantime, let us say congrats, or I don't know, well wishes. It looks like she's going through a Kudo board, so no music at the moment, but whatever. Yeah, so I'll see you Wednesday. Take care, everybody.